Reheating food is a daily habit for millions of older adults. It feels harmless, even convenient, but as we age, what seems like a minor act in the kitchen can quietly have major consequences on our health. New research suggests that certain reheated foods can undergo chemical and structural changes that impair digestion, increase inflammation, and even affect cognitive function. These changes may not be visible on the plate, but their effects can compound over time, especially in people over 65 whose bodies are more vulnerable to nutritional stress. According to findings published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, some common leftovers, when improperly stored or reheated, can lose essential nutrients or develop compounds that the aging body struggles to process. For example, proteins can denature a second time during reheating, making them harder to digest. Starches may convert into forms that spike blood sugar. Fats may oxidize, generating inflammatory byproducts that burden the heart and brain. These reactions are subtle, but their long-term impact is real. Why does this matter more for seniors? After 65, the body naturally produces fewer digestive enzymes, slows down in nutrient absorption, and becomes more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations. The immune system also weakens, making the body less capable of fighting off the harmful effects of foodborne pathogens or toxins created during repeated heating. What once might have caused mild discomfort in youth can now lead to chronic fatigue, poor circulation, cognitive fog, and inflammatory diseases. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. By learning which foods support the body when reheated and which ones silently undermine it, seniors can make simple but powerful decisions that preserve energy, memory, and independence. In this article, we'll explore 3 foods that become healthier when reheated, and 3 that should never be warmed up again. Understanding these nuances may be the key to safer, stronger aging, one meal at a time. Oatmeal, a stable source of anti-inflammatory energy. Among the healthiest breakfast choices for seniors, oatmeal stands out, not only for its heart benefits but for how it behaves when reheated. Unlike many foods that lose nutritional value or form harmful compounds during reheating, oatmeal actually retains and, in some cases, enhances its health-promoting properties. This makes it a safe and smart choice for older adults managing digestion, blood sugar, and cardiovascular health. When oatmeal is first cooked and then cooled, a portion of its starch content undergoes a natural transformation. The process forms resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that resists digestion in the small intestine and instead acts as fuel for beneficial gut bacteria in the colon. When oatmeal is reheated, this resistant starch remains intact, continuing to support the gut microbiome, reduce inflammation, and improve metabolic function. From a clinical standpoint, reheated oatmeal offers several critical benefits for people over 65. First, it has a low glycemic index, meaning it helps regulate blood sugar levels and reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes, an increasingly common condition in older adults. Second, oatmeal is rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber known to lower LDL cholesterol and support cardiovascular health. This is especially important as heart disease remains the leading cause of death in seniors. In addition, oatmeal promotes satiety, helping regulate appetite and prevent unnecessary snacking, which is key in managing weight and avoiding insulin resistance. The fiber content also supports regular bowel movements, a common concern among the elderly. To safely reheat oatmeal, avoid high temperatures or extended boiling, which may degrade sensitive nutrients. Instead, use a microwave on low heat or reheat gently in a pot with a splash of water to maintain its texture and nutritional profile. In conclusion, oatmeal is not just a comfort food, it's a therapeutic staple. When prepared and reheated correctly, it provides stable energy, gut support, and cardiovascular protection, making it one of the few leftover foods that truly nourish the aging body. Vegetable soup, a natural anti-inflammatory for joints and immunity. For seniors seeking both comfort and nutrition, reheated vegetable soup is more than a warm meal, it's a natural, therapeutic blend of essential nutrients. When prepared with care and reheated properly, it serves as a gentle yet effective ally in reducing inflammation, supporting circulation, and strengthening immune defenses, 3 critical systems that often decline with age. The science behind this lies in the structure of plant cells. When vegetables like carrots, squash, spinach, onions, and herbs are cooked and allowed to cool, their cell walls begin to break down. This process enhances the bioavailability of micronutrients such as potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, and polyphenol-based antioxidants. Upon reheating, these nutrients are released even further, transforming the broth into a concentrated source of healing compounds. Clinically, this has important implications for older adults. Potassium and magnesium aid in maintaining healthy blood pressure and nerve function, while antioxidants and vitamin C reduce systemic inflammation and support immune function. Garlic and turmeric, commonly added to vegetable soups, contain bioactive compounds like allicin and curcumin, known to have antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. These can help reduce the risk of respiratory infections, joint pain, and inflammatory disorders. For seniors with reduced appetite or difficulty chewing, vegetable soup offers a nourishing solution. Its soft texture and warm temperature stimulate digestive enzymes, enhance nutrient absorption, and provide hydration, crucial for those prone to dehydration. Moreover, the warmth increases peripheral circulation, easing stiffness in cold extremities and improving overall comfort. To preserve its benefits, reheat soup gently over low heat. Avoid boiling, which can destroy heat-sensitive vitamins like vitamin C. Avoid microwave reheating in plastic containers, which may leach harmful chemicals such as BPA. In essence, vegetable soup is a medicinal meal when treated with care. Reheated the right way, it delivers not only nutrients but emotional comfort, bringing warmth, familiarity, and a sense of self-care to the table. For older adults navigating the complexities of aging, it is a simple, soothing, and science-backed choice that truly nourishes from the inside out. Brown rice, a stable foundation for heart and bone health. Brown rice may appear simple, but for seniors, it serves as a nutritional anchor, especially when prepared and reheated correctly. Unlike white rice, brown rice retains its bran and germ layers, making it rich in fiber, essential minerals, and B-complex vitamins. These components are crucial for maintaining cardiovascular strength, nerve function, and muscular stability as the body ages. When brown rice is cooked, cooled, and then reheated, it forms resistant starch, similar to what occurs in oatmeal. This type of starch bypasses digestion in the small intestine and becomes fuel for beneficial gut bacteria in the colon. When reheated with a small amount of water or steam, the rice maintains this structure without significantly increasing its glycemic index. This makes it an excellent carbohydrate choice for seniors managing type 2 diabetes or blood sugar fluctuations. Clinically, brown rice offers 3 core benefits for the aging population. First, it is a rich source of magnesium and selenium, minerals that support bone health, muscle relaxation, and cardiovascular regulation. Magnesium deficiency, common among seniors, has been linked to nighttime leg cramps, irregular heartbeat, and poor sleep quality. Selenium, meanwhile, plays a role in thyroid function and antioxidant defense. Second, its fiber content supports digestion and contributes to regular bowel movements, which often decline with age. Lastly, brown rice is naturally gluten-free and hypoallergenic, making it a safe choice for most dietary needs. To maximize its benefits, reheating should be done with care. Avoid dry microwaving, which can toughen the grains and degrade nutrients. Instead, add a splash of water and reheat slowly using a steamer, covered pan, or microwave-safe container to preserve its softness and nutritional value. Brown rice pairs well with soft vegetables, lentils, and heart-healthy oils like extra virgin olive oil. This combination creates a well-balanced, nutrient-dense meal that is easy to digest and promotes long-lasting energy. For seniors aiming to protect their heart, support their bones, and maintain mobility, reheated brown rice is a practical, reliable, and deeply nourishing option. Cooked mushrooms, a hidden risk of digestive distress and toxic contamination. While mushrooms are often praised for their antioxidant content and plant-based protein, they become a potential health hazard when reheated, particularly for older adults. Unlike many vegetables, mushrooms contain a unique structure of heat-sensitive proteins and amino acids. When initially cooked, these proteins denature in a way that aids digestion. However, if mushrooms are cooled and later reheated, especially at high temperatures. These proteins can denature again in unpredictable ways, forming compounds that are more difficult for the aging digestive system to process. For seniors, whose digestive enzyme production is often reduced, this altered protein structure can cause significant discomfort. Common symptoms include bloating, nausea, gas, and irregular bowel movements. More concerning is the microbial risk associated with reheating mushrooms improperly. Mushrooms cooked with butter or oil and then stored at low or room temperatures provide an ideal environment for the growth of bacteria such as Clostridium botulinum and Listeria monocytogenes. These pathogens are particularly dangerous for individuals with weakened immune systems, such as those over 65, and can lead to foodborne illnesses with neurological or systemic complications. Unlike obvious food spoilage, bacterial contamination in reheated mushrooms is often invisible and odorless, making it harder to detect until symptoms emerge. Listeria, for instance, may take days to manifest, but in older adults, it can lead to fever, confusion, muscle aches, and even meningitis in severe cases. Botulism, although rare, can result in life-threatening paralysis. In addition to the microbiological risks, reheating mushrooms also leads to nutrient degradation. Key antioxidants, such as ergothioneine, are sensitive to heat and may lose their effectiveness when exposed to repeated cooking. Thus, the nutritional value that fresh mushrooms offer is significantly compromised once they are reheated. For these reasons, seniors are advised to consume mushrooms fresh and avoid reheating them altogether. If leftovers are unavoidable, they must be refrigerated immediately, below 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, and consumed within 24 hours, but even then, reheating should be done with caution or preferably avoided. Reheated eggs, a silent trigger for inflammation and digestive strain. Eggs are widely recognized as a nutrient-dense food, offering high-quality protein, choline, and essential vitamins such as B12 and D. However, while freshly prepared eggs can be highly beneficial for seniors, reheated eggs, particularly those fried or boiled and stored overnight, pose a different story. When eggs are subjected to high heat a second time, their proteins undergo a secondary structural change, becoming more rigid and difficult for the body to digest. This is especially problematic for older adults with slower gastrointestinal motility or reduced digestive enzyme production. Reheating also has a more concerning biochemical consequence: the oxidation of fats and cholesterol. When eggs are cooked in oil or butter and later reheated, the cholesterol in the yolk is exposed to oxygen and heat, forming oxidized cholesterol compounds. These byproducts are known to contribute to low-grade systemic inflammation, endothelial dysfunction, and arterial plaque formation. Over time, this may increase the risk of hypertension, atherosclerosis, and neurodegenerative changes, conditions already prevalent among people over 65. Furthermore, oxidized fats interfere with lipid metabolism, exacerbating dyslipidemia, abnormal cholesterol levels, while also generating reactive oxygen species, ROS, that promote oxidative stress at the cellular level. This environment accelerates aging processes and may contribute to brain fog, a term often used to describe mental fatigue, slow cognition, and lack of focus in older adults. From a digestive perspective, reheated eggs can cause bloating, indigestion, and a heavy stomach sensation due to the altered protein structure and increased fat content. These symptoms are particularly uncomfortable for seniors managing gallbladder issues, acid reflux, or irritable bowel conditions. To avoid these risks, eggs should be eaten immediately after cooking. If storage is necessary, they should be kept at safe refrigeration temperatures, below 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. But reheating is not recommended. For seniors prioritizing cardiovascular health, digestive ease, and cognitive clarity, skipping reheated eggs is a simple yet impactful dietary decision. White potatoes, a blood sugar trap when reheated. White potatoes are a dietary staple in many cultures, offering comfort and satiety. However, when cooked, cooled, and then reheated, especially using improper methods, they may pose significant health risks for older adults. The issue lies primarily in how their starch structure changes during this cycle. Initially, cooking breaks down starches into a form that is more rapidly absorbed. Once cooled and reheated, the starches in white potatoes undergo retrogradation and partial reconversion into rapidly digestible starch, which can lead to a significant increase in glycemic index, GI. For seniors, this shift in glycemic response can be problematic. A spike in post-meal blood glucose may result in fatigue, leg pain, or numbness, especially in those with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. With age, the body's ability to regulate blood sugar becomes less efficient. These fluctuations can aggravate symptoms like brain fog, poor circulation, and delayed healing. Additionally, repeated blood sugar spikes are associated with increased oxidative stress and low-grade inflammation, factors that contribute to joint stiffness and peripheral nerve damage. Another hidden danger arises when reheating white potatoes in plastic containers. Particularly in microwaves, heat can cause certain plastics to leach bisphenol A, BPA, into food, a chemical known to disrupt hormone function and potentially increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and metabolic disorders. Older adults, already managing multiple risk factors, are especially susceptible to the compound's endocrine-disrupting effects. Nutritionally, white potatoes lack the antioxidant and fiber density of their more colorful counterparts, such as sweet potatoes. They are energy-dense but nutrient-poor in comparison, offering minimal protective benefits to offset their glycemic load and inflammatory potential when reheated. To minimize risk, seniors should consume white potatoes freshly cooked and avoid reheating leftovers, especially in plastic. For safer alternatives, consider sweet potatoes or legumes, which offer more stable blood sugar responses and additional anti-inflammatory nutrients. Small changes in how we prepare and reheat our food can lead to measurable differences in energy, joint health, and long-term metabolic stability. As we grow older, the way we handle food, especially leftovers, becomes more than a matter of convenience. It becomes a critical part of preserving health, energy, and independence. While most nutritional advice focuses on the quality of fresh ingredients, few realize the equally important role of how food is stored, reheated, and consumed the second time around. For seniors, this detail can make a profound difference. From a clinical standpoint, older adults should prioritize reheating foods that retain or improve their health benefits when warmed, such as those rich in soluble fiber, resistant starch, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Examples include oatmeal, vegetable soup, and brown rice. These foods support digestive health, regulate blood sugar, strengthen cardiovascular function, and even enhance immunity, all areas that naturally weaken with age. Conversely, foods that undergo unfavorable chemical changes when reheated should be avoided. These include items with denatured proteins, like eggs, oxidized fats, especially in fried foods, or rapidly digestible starches, like white potatoes. These transformations can lead to inflammation, blood sugar instability, digestive discomfort, and long-term health deterioration, issues seniors are already more susceptible to. But beyond the science lies a deeper truth. Every reheated meal is a decision that either supports your vitality or quietly drains it. What may seem like a small, habitual action, tossing last night's eggs into the microwave or reheating mushrooms from the fridge, can accumulate over time into fatigue, joint stiffness, or brain fog. But choosing to reheat with knowledge and care sends a different message to the body. I value this stage of life. I choose to nourish it. In the end, healthy aging is not about drastic changes. It's about small, consistent acts of self-respect, like knowing what to reheat and what to retire. When we eat with intention, we protect not just our digestion, but our dignity, mobility, and mental clarity, one warm bite at a time.